In real estate, you can do things the easy way or you can do things the hard way. Today, we're going to talk about how to get deals the easy way. Hello. Welcome. I am Lou Brown. I've been buying, holding, and selling real estate now for over 40 years. And I can tell you it's been a fun ride. It's been a great ride. And today we're definitely going to talk about how you can find some great deals. I've been doing a whole series on investing in real estate and kind of a 10-step process. So definitely you'll want to go back and look at the prior ones on YouTube, and we're going to continue with that process. Now, I always like to get started with wins of the week. And this past weekend, we had an amazing, and if you've been keeping up with my series, you know that we had a great event coming up, and now we've completed it, and that is Maximum Asset Shield. And we did phenomenal conversation about one of my favorite topics on the planet, and that is trusts. Land trusts, personal property trust, living trust, and the elite trust. And let me tell you something, it's been a wonderful journey, a fantastic ride in learning what those are, learning how they work, and then using them in not only my life, but in the lives of many of our clients throughout America. And it's been an interesting journey in learning what they do and what they don't do. And kind of like talking about wins of the week, you know, it was interesting to just alert people to the profound benefits that you get from trust. You know, one of our attendees was sharing that had his father put his assets into trust, then his mother, after his father passed away, would not have had to spend $28,400 in fees simply because of that one thing of the assets not being in trust. It was such a simple fix. It was such an easy fix. The son talked to the mother and father, said, look, this is the way to go. I've learned it from this guy, Lou Brown. This is the way to go. And unfortunately, they did not listen. And then he was able to say to his mom, Mom, you know that check you're stroking right now, that $28,400, you do realize that if you had just gone ahead and listened to me, then that check would not be going out the door right now. And she said, yes, son, I know what you mean. And so he said, let's do this. And so sure enough, now, even though his mother is still living, the things are in trust. It's a beautiful thing, and it's a powerful thing, because just that one thing is the probate, right? But that's now being avoided for his family. So that's definitely one of the conversations we had. Another couple of wins that happened from the event is that we had folks join us there, and they were sharing things. One of them came in by text, in fact, and it was fantastic to see what was going on in one of my clients' lives, because I do coaching and mentoring. And it was a powerful thing because he shared that during the event, he says, Lou, win for the Affidavit Memorandum. And that's a document that I invented, now probably about 30 years ago, and definitely use in my business, and definitely teach others how to use it in their businesses as well. And sure enough, we were able to get the power of that document in his hands through coaching. He says, Lou, this lady has backed out of the deal. He says, we made a deal. We put it under contract. She called me up. She says she plans to stay in the house. She wants to cancel the deal. He says, well, I smelled a rat. And he says, what should I do? And I said, Darren, you should go record the Affidavit Memorandum of Interest, because after all, you've gone forward, you've pulled title, you've gotten geared up. In fact, you've got one of your buyers that was ready to move into the house. So definitely you should protect your interests in case they don't go forward with the sale of the property, in case they do go forward with the sale of the property. So sure enough, he recorded that. And as a result of that, during the event, he tells me that Uh, Boom, he gets a call from the title company, and they inform him that he's got this lien against the property because of the recording. And so as a result, wanted to know what to do because they were getting ready to close. He said, "What do you mean?" And the title guy says, "Well, they listed the property, an agent sold the property, they have a new buyer, they've qualified for a loan, we did the title search, and up popped your affidavit memorandum." And he says, "What's this all about?" And he told him, "Well, I have a contract, and they agreed to sell me the property for significantly less than it sold for. So yeah, that's my money." And they negotiated back and forth, and my student is getting $30,000 as a result of that one-page document, Well, I shared that with the class, and sure enough, another member of the class says, "Well, I have used that document too. It was a small deal. It was a mobile home." And she said, "Because I put that," and she said, "In fact, the seller threw me the keys, didn't even wait for the closing, said, 'I am done with this property. I don't want anything more to do with it.' Then saw her marketing and decided she was going to make some money on this thing. So he pulled out of the deal and said, 'I'm not going to sell it to you anymore.' Well, she recorded my memorandum, and sure enough, he went and sold it to someone else. There was a closing set up. They did a title search, and up popped Petra. And so sure enough, she got $4,500 as a result of that. So this is really a lesson about paperwork, that the importance of paperwork. These were all wins on behalf of my clients because they took advantage of exactly what I teach you to do. And paperwork does matter. You know, when you've been in this business for over 40 years, you learn some things. You learn what works, and you learn what doesn't work as well. And when you learn what doesn't work, you learn not to do that again. And I love helping people bypass that, that you don't have to go down that road. You don't have to learn that lesson. You don't have to pay that money for that lesson. You can avoid that lesson if you'll follow the path that's already been batted out by me. I've already paid all those prices. Believe me, the documents that I've created have certainly come from losses that I've incurred because of the fact that those things happened to me. And there's been a lot of things happen to me in this journey in real estate. But one thing I learned is always take action. Always take action when you learn a lesson so that you never have to learn that lesson again. And that was a powerful lesson, certainly, that I did. And it was something that benefited me and my family. And now I benefit all of my licensees nationwide. So glad you could appreciate and participate in those wins of the week this week. All right. Well, now we're gonna talk about deals. And remember, I started off with, well, you can do things the easy way or you can do things the hard way. And we're going to talk about the easy way to get a lot of deals. Now, you know that there's a lot of competition out there in the world, that thing called competition, right? And certainly there's a lot of people out there knowing that when you do certain marketing, you do get certain results. And there's always, think about how many houses there are in the town that you're in the city that you're in the county that you're in the state that you're in. So there's lots of opportunities because people die, people get divorced, people get transferred, people lose jobs. There's just all kinds of medical issues that come up. And as a result, there's always an opportunity to purchase some real estate when people are in a situation, or they just get sick and tired of the property. They've got another property. They inherit a property. They get put in a nursing home. There's just lots of reasons that people need to offload real estate. So one thing that you got to do is you got to stay active in the marketplace. Now, you've heard me talk on other lessons about getting connected with the local community, the low-hanging fruit, definitely. And I had one agent bring me another broker today over the phone. We had a conversation, and it was about, listen, we have all kinds of people that cannot qualify for loans. And I explained our program, and I said exactly how we could work together. And she was very excited about that. So get connected with local real estate agents, and also get connected with mortgage brokers, because they definitely have people that they can't qualify for loans. And that's another way that we find buyers for our properties. But what I'm talking about today is sellers. I'm talking about people that want to get rid of their property. And agents many times have what's called pocket listings, where the sellers won't list the property, but the sellers say, listen, I'll pay you a commission if you bring me a buyer, but I'm not going to list it. I'm not going to go through the pain and suffering of the MLS and having all kinds of people come through my house. Some people are COVID conscious as well, so they don't want all these strangers with all their germs coming into their house. So they just, resist even listing the property. And, I've done several deals because of that fact this year. Now, think about agents and think about the connections that they have. They know somebody's aunt, uncle, brother, cousin, a seller that simply won't list. Maybe it's a hoarder house, whatever the case may be. They can bring those deals to you. Now, what I always recommend is you do a presentation to those sellers and you're able to get a deal. But today we're continuing to talk about finding deals the easy way, not the hard way. So certainly connecting with real estate agents, finding what's called off-market deals is an awesome way to be able to buy. Another is to say to agents, look, before you actually put that property that you're about to list, whenever that is, always give me a call. I'll give you an offer 24 hours before you put it into the MLS. So they give you a call, boom, you go over, you take a look at the property, you make a presentation to the seller, you get down to the bottom line of my cost to sell worksheet. I invented that back in 2003. It's an awesome thing. And because of that, we've been able to buy so many properties, and I teach that to my clients. Well, what's cool about that is now you've got a number to work with. If that number works, great, you actually buy the property. If that number doesn't work, great, we can now increase our offer to the seller, because the seller is going to allow you to maybe take over their existing financing on the property or carry back financing. So there's always an opportunity there. And another thing that we do is when we're in neighborhoods, let's say I go visit with that particular seller because they responded to other marketing, or because an agent sent me there, or because a mortgage broker sent me there, or a friend sent me there, whatever it is, whatever caused me to be in that neighborhood, always take your door hangers with you, because there's other sellers in that neighborhood. There's other people that might sell their home. And in fact, the other thing we've got is the fact that we buy houses, but we also sell houses, right? So regardless of who's in that house and who they might know, there's an opportunity, and we even give them an incentive to give us a call. So that's one of our little hidden secret marketing programs. And in addition to that, we send postcards to certain populations, such as people we know that someone has passed away in the family. We recognize that. We send them a nice letter, and we let them know if there's any real estate involved, we'd be more than happy to consult with them for free. And if we're able to buy the home, we have some additional bonuses and benefits that we can give them as well. So again, incentives, looking for certain populations, looking for certain types of sellers. That's another way that we find easy deals instead of hard deals, because there's always in every neighborhood something going on. There's divorces, there's deaths, there's transfers. There's always something going on. If you zero in on those particular populations, then you're able to get a very specific kind of seller, because in our marketing, we actually say that that's the kind of sellers we can help. So knowing what someone's problem is before you send out your marketing is also very helpful. So that's a couple of ways that we do it. Another is driving neighborhoods. So let's say that you have an area like your farm, and that's what I recommend that you do, is you get a target market. And in fact, I teach you at my Millionaire Jumpstart, I teach you how to identify that target market. Usually within 5 miles of where you live, you can buy all the real estate you ever needed in your life to take care of yourself and your family. And I tell you how to target those deals and how to target those neighborhoods. Well, what's interesting about that is you can have others on your team as well. So maybe you're busy, maybe you're dealing with kids, maybe you've got jobs, all kinds of other things can be distractions and lead to some inconsistencies in your business. Well, what I've discovered is you can have other people on your team doing those things for you. So for example, if you're sending people out to drive those neighborhoods, they are looking for, let's say, abandoned homes, dilapidated homes, the gutters are falling off, there's blue tarps on the roof, there's tall grass. Good. That's an opportunity. And in fact, we even have an app on a phone that not only you can use, but we've actually got drivers that can be working under you, that as soon as they identify properties, they put it right into the app. They put another one in the app. They put another one in the app, and you know where it came from. So you can compensate them if you're able to buy that home. And one of the cool things about the app is as soon as they put in that address, boom, here comes all the details about that property. So you're able to actually get the deal right away. So that's another of the many systems that we use to cause deals to occur where generally speaking, you wouldn't be able to get a deal. So we love neighborhoods. We love target marketing. We love targeting targets within the target market. And we love also just the general marketing of the postcards and the door hangers that can happen within the neighborhoods as well. So hopefully that'll give you that's a very tight crash course on what to do and how to do it in finding deals that no one else knows about. Now, another thing I'll share with you is we go much deeper into that at my Millionaire Jumpstart. That's a 3-day training that we do someplace in the country, usually about every quarter. So if you'd like to know more about that, you can go to millionairejumpstart.com. And in fact, we're going to have a one day kind of get your feet wet and learn some amazing things from Lou, things that have taken me decades to learn. I'm going to be sharing those with you actually on Saturday, October the 30th. I'm going to be doing a special training on that. So that is wealthbuilderworkshop.online/Lou. You can go there and you can get to the $1 page. You can, because I'm literally giving myself away for a whole $1 on a Saturday. And that means from 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern time until 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern, we're going to have some amazing training. Plus, we even have a bonus happy hour after that you can stay for and ask questions and get more details about who we are, what we do, connect with other people that are online. We usually have a big class, so it's very, very energized in terms of just the participation, even from the comfort of your own home. You're going to be participating in this class as well. So it's a lot of fun. You'll learn a lot. And one of the most important things is you have takeaways, actionable takeaways that you can create for your own business. So definitely I want to share that with you. You can find out more at wealthbuilderworkshop.online/Lou, and that gives you some details about who we are, what we do, and what we're going to do that day. Now, just know this, we're going to be going into finding the buyer before you even buy. And I'm going to give you the marketing materials that we use to find those folks. So you're going to be able to see what we do, how we do it. I'm going to lay it out for you, the step-by-step process. It's going to be simple and easy to understand. And it's going to generate one of the most important things you could ever have in real estate. And that is a buyer, the person who's going to buy the home, how much down payment they have, how much they can afford on a monthly basis. You're going to know that before you ever go buy the real estate. I love that. It works extremely well, and it's something I want to teach you. So we're going to do that on the one day. And the second thing I'm going to go into great depth in is trusts. Land trusts and personal property trusts is going to be the focus of what I'm going to teach that day. And if you haven't used land trusts, this is something you definitely need to learn about. If you have used land trusts, this is something you definitely need to learn about, because I promise I'm going to talk about some things you've never heard before, you've never considered before, and it's things you can make a lot of money off of for sure. So I'm going to be teaching you about those trusts, and in fact, what to look out for in other people's paperwork, because they haven't simply been in this game since 1984 is how long I've been using trusts. So it's been a long time in a magnificent journey to discover what works and what doesn't. So definitely we're going to be doing that on the all day as well. So I invite you to join me at the wealthbuilderworkshop.online/Lou. Join for $1. And by joining, that actually gives me permission to communicate with you. That actually gives me the ability to send out our documents in advance of the event. So you'll have some documents to follow along during the event, and some goodies that I wanted to give you as well. So before the event, once you've signed up, don't worry about it anymore. The day before, I'm going to do a send out, and you can download that. You can print those out. And then the day of the event as well, you're going to get another reminder. And that's all because you pre-registered. If you don't pre-register, you're not going to know about it. You're not going to see it. So it's very important that you take advantage of that and you go ahead and get registered for that. All right. Now, don't forget, during these live events that we do here, we do give you an opportunity to ask questions. So now is a great time to ask any questions that you have. Ten steps to your first big real estate deal, baby.
That's right. We're on our way. So, Lou, we've just got a couple questions. And one was, you were talking about incentives, like when you had the door hanger and there was incentives. So if someone gives a referral, what sort of incentives do you give?
Well, it's interesting. So we have found, and we have a platinum savings card. And this is something that we buy for $5 a piece. And this is a gift that we give to either a seller or a buyer, or even a lender. We give them to everybody. And the reason they are so popular and it's such a great gift is because you're giving someone really could be potentially a lot more than $100. It's discounts on groceries. In fact, when they register for it, takes them over to a page, actually gives them access to all the grocery stores and their weekly flyers, right? So we know that some stores buy one, get one free. They've got other discounts. They've got coupons, all kinds of good stuff. Well, it's a good idea to actually shop those flyers every week. And then right there, you can click in and actually get coupons for the buy one, get one free. So you can actually get free. So we like to give people the opportunity. I think given what we're seeing with inflation, people are going to be even more interested in saving money on groceries. Also, it's discounts at 91,000 restaurants, whether it's a free appetizer, free dessert, free birthday. There's a lot of different stuff that they've got. And you just use the card and you use it for a period of time. And the card can be extended. You have control over the card, so you can increase the amount. You can increase the longevity of the membership. So it's an incentive also for people to continue to work with you. So if they do something else with you, for example, let's say that we go on a free consultation. It's not only free, you're going to give them the $100 platinum savings card. And in fact, I'm going to recommend that you also give a potential seller our Doing Good While Doing Well book. This is another thing that we do with our sellers is to let them know who we are and what we do and how we operate and how we can help. So we have lots of good gifts that we give to a seller. And when they see that you have a magnificent plan and a solution for their property, they're very excited about that. So that's part of the puzzle. And now when you've got that incentive of the Platinum Savings Card, it's all the more reason to work with you. Well, my point is this: if they actually sign a contract with you, you could make that a lifetime membership. You can increase it to $500 in value. You can make it a year membership. You have control over the card, so you can do anything you want to with it. And that's another great benefit that you have to incentivize people to do business with you over someone else.
Great answer. And then Dennis had a question. He said, I perked up when you said all the real estate business I need is within a 5-mile radius of my home. So he asked if, is it true? And can you expand on that?
Well, what I discovered is that what we tend to be doing is spending a fortune in an entire metro area to get leads coming in. What I discovered is that the same reasons that people sell, regardless of where it is, the same things happen within a community. And when you focus on a community, you actually get a lot more deals that were never listed. They're never exposed to other people. They come to somebody locally, somebody that they trust, somebody that they've seen at local meetings, the city council, the county commission, different things going on politically, as well as the memberships in local organizations, such as JCs, such as Rotary Club, such as the Chamber of Commerce. These are places that you can connect with other business people, others in the community, and definitely sooner or later, somebody's going to have a house they want to sell, or one that their grandmother wants to sell, or their mother wants to sell, or their father wants to sell, or their uncle, or their aunt, or somebody else in their life. What do? They know you. They trust you. They love the Certified Affordable Housing Provider program, which you're going to be definitely sharing with them and telling them all about. So when they're aware of that, then they say, I know of somebody that's got this great program. Maybe you want to sell your house through them. And so that community aspect of focusing is definitely true. And when I say within 5 miles of your home, what I'm really talking about is a population. I'm really talking about a community. And inside a community, all the reasons for people to sell exist sooner or later. So just being present to the community, continuing to market to the community is another reason that we do what we do.
Awesome. All right. Well, that's the end of our questions. I think we're coming to the end of our time together, Lou. Any final words?
Well, just, this is an amazing time to be in this business. I would say that I kind of laugh about it because of the fact that I say that so often, and I've said it so often over so many years. But it's a very interesting thing that as you look at the different markets and how they change, it is clear that the markets are manipulated, not by us. They're manipulated by others, the elites, so to speak. And they're above us, and they're doing things to cause upheaval in the marketplace. And upheaval in the marketplace causes money to occur. And yes, there are winners, and yes, there are losers. So what we like to do is recognize that that's a reality and take advantage of the market the way it is, and protect ourselves from the risks that we potentially have by being in real estate. So flatten the curve of real estate is what I'm all about. And the curve I see is the fact that if you buy something, you may have bought it at the wrong price because of the upheaval of the marketplace. It makes it hard to sell, but you can't mess it up if you already have a buyer in line and you already know what they can afford, and you already know the process. You've already know what they can afford to put down on the property. So that's going to be one of the things that I'm going to focus on at the Wealth Builder Workshop. So wealthbuilderworkshop.online is definitely the place to go if you want to learn more about who we are and what we do and how we operate, because we've got some really cool steps that I'm going to share with you that day, along with the marketing that we do to find those people as well. So thanks, Scott, for the question.
All right, Lou. Well, it's time for us to say goodbye. So thank you very much for joining us, everyone. Lou, thank you for taking time out of your busy day. And as always, you get the last 2 words.
Yeah, baby. I will see you soon.